Coming up on Mountain News this morning, yesterday Governor Andy Beshear gave an update on disaster relief for western and eastern Kentucky. And Kentucky community action agencies are doing its best to provide heat to in-house for struggling families.
Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Madison Carmouche. It is 5:31 on December 15th, 2023. Let's check in with First Alert meteorologist Shane Smith for a look at your forecast this morning. Shane, it was chilly, and you said it was because maybe some wind gusts that were going on made it a little worse.
Yeah, we've got clear skies right now, Madison. That's what's allowing those temperatures to drop down. And we got some gusty winds in the forecast as we go into the tail end of the weekend. We'll talk about that here in a second. Right now, we are seeing mostly clear skies across the region on this Friday morning. Satellite radar nice and dry as it has been all week. Let's take a quick camera tour of the region. WYMT Studios here in Hazard, 27 right now. As we go to Pikeville, you can see 32 degrees. And as we look over towards Corbin, 26 on I-75 with mainly clear skies, 28 down the road in Williamsburg, 24 Manchester, 36 Wise, 30 in Prestonsburg, 32 Pikeville. Jackson, local warm spot, 39. Not much of a wind chill right now. That will not be the case by the end of this weekend, but we'll worry about that in a minute. In the meantime, out the door forecast, calling for temperatures into the mid-60s, but as we take a quick look at your weather headlines, you're going to see dry today, but rain returns on Sunday, and that could lead to flakes on Monday. We'll have more on that here in a few minutes, Madison.
Shane, thank you. Mass shootings ignited debate on red flag laws several times this year. Governor Beshear said he would push for one in the wake of the Old National Bank mass shooting. A gunman opened fire at a bank, killing 5 and hurting more. One of the victims was a close friend of the governor, Tommy Elliott. Elliott's widow has called on the public to attend this morning's meeting. Kentucky's incoming Attorney General supports group violence intervention. It's a crime prevention strategy that focuses on community connections and specific groups at risk of violence. Attorney General-elect Russell Coleman brought up the strategy in talks with Louisville Mayor Craig Greenberg.
Prior to this administration, it was a internal bureaucratic intransigence. There was a refusal of the prior administration to have their administration row in a way to make GVI work.
Critics say this could lead to over-policing in minority communities. Coleman is replacing current Attorney General Daniel Cameron. The Kentucky State Supreme Court dismissed a redistricting lawsuit yesterday. The case involved congressional and state house maps Republicans drew up last year. Democrats accused them of gerrymandering districts. A judge initially ruled the maps were gerrymandered but were not unconstitutional. The state's high court today agreed, ruling the maps did not violate the Kentucky Constitution. Yesterday, during Governor Andy Beshear's Team Kentucky briefing, he gave an update on disaster relief efforts in eastern and western Kentucky. In western Kentucky, relief money is funding 300 new homes after devastating tornadoes 2 years ago. 155 of those homes are complete, under construction, or approved for construction across 9 counties. In eastern Kentucky, relief money is paying for 7 high-ground communities.
They'll house at least 500 families, though when you look at capacity, I believe many, many more. Those are going to be funded in part with the Team Eastern Kentucky Flood Relief Fund, which has provided over $3.6 million.
And Governor Beshear says so far 14 homes have been built or replaced in Breathitt, Martin, Owsley, Knott, Perry, and Letcher counties, and there are many more to come. Kentuckians worried they might struggle to keep their heat on this winter can receive help. Community action agencies will soon restart a program assisting folks with heating. WYMT's Chandler Wilcox tells us how people can apply.
The Low Income Energy Assistance Program, or LIHEAP, will soon become available for Kentuckians.
We've been operating the program since the early 80s. Community action agencies have.
Baker says the program covers any type of energy expense.
From electric to natural gas to coal, wood, propane, kerosene, covers any heating source that the home may use.
There are a list of required documents people need to have: proof of Social Security or green card for each person in the household, proof of each household member's income in the preceding month, most current heating bill or statement from source where the bill originates, and account number and name on account of the bill.
The program is based on a first come, first serve, but we also, in our 4 counties, we schedule appointments. So you can call in ahead of time and schedule your appointment so you don't have to wait in line.
LKLP covers Leslie, Knott, Letcher, and Perry. Baker says they have a lot of folks that qualify.
We serve 3,118 distinct households in those 4 counties that applied for assistance, and it totaled just a little bit over $1.5 million in energy assistance payments.
Enrollment opens on January 9th. Baker says that will last until March 31st or when funding runs out. In Perry County, Chandler Wilcox, WYMT Mountain News.
Ricky Baker also says the income percentage has increased for folks eligible, and to check again if you did not qualify in the past. One person is dead after a car crash in Perry County. It happened Wednesday night off of Lost Creek Road. Once deputies and first responders arrived at the scene, they discovered 46-year-old Samantha Gayhart of Lost Creek had been thrown from the vehicle after it overturned. The Perry County Coroner's Office pronounced Gayhart dead at the scene. Her visitation and funeral will be held Saturday at Blair Memorial Baptist Church. A Laurel County man is behind bars after he reportedly was driving a vehicle under the influence. It happened Wednesday night on West Cumberland Gap Parkway at North Stewart Road, about 9 miles from London. Deputies were dispatched to a situation where a man struck a business vehicle with his own. 48-year-old Terrence Lee Day was charged with operating a motor vehicle under the influence of a controlled substance. He was taken to the Laurel County Correctional Center. Also in Laurel County, a man was brought into custody after he failed to appear in court. 34-year-old Jonathan Matthews was arrested Thursday off Johnson Road, about 6 miles from London. The arrest stems from where Matthews was charged on Laurel Circuit Court bench warrant. In the warrant, Matthews faces 2 counts of assault as well as a terroristic threatening and strangulation. Matthews was taken to the Laurel County Correctional Center. Also in Laurel County, one person is behind bars after police say she stole an electronic tablet. The incident happened at a home off of Abu Road, about 4 miles from London. After a victim told deputies with the sheriff's office about the incident, they went to a camper across from the home where the burglary occurred. When they showed up, they were able to find the tablet by confirming its serial number. Kayla Cornett was charged with receiving stolen property. Highway 15 in Breathitt County was shut down for several hours last night due to a crash. Jackson police say it reopened near the Cragen stretch around 10 o'clock. We've reached out to state police for more information about the crash, but so far we do not have any other details. An NFL Hall of Famer is putting a big investment into downtown Huntington. Randy Moss is preparing to open his restaurant, Crispy's Downtown. He recently had a little VIP gathering to welcome friends and family and let them sample some of the menu items. The grand opening of the restaurant is set for today. Moss says it is his chance to give a little back to his home state, and it always feels good to come back to where it all started.
No, I just think that, you know, one thing about me, I've never forgot where I came from. And, you know, you always hear the saying, you can't get nowhere, you know, by yourself. So like I said, man, it's just a little intimate night here. Just to have a couple people just show up, taste the food, taste the product. And like I said, I just want to bring something back home.
Moss helped lead Marshall to a national title in 1996. He would go on to play in the NFL for 14 seasons. He was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2018. Coming up, Barbra Streisand is being honored at the Screen Actors Guild Awards with a Lifetime Achievement.
And we have 2 more days of drier weather before the forecast turns very interesting. We'll talk about that after the break.